WOA Fairy Tales.
Once upon a time, there was a prince who overcame the king's challenge by climbing up a high tower and successfully saved the princess trapped at the top of the tower. She is called the Doomed Princess. But why did she get this name? Please join us to discover the whole story.
Princess, what made you lock yourself up at the top of this tower?
Prince, thank you for saving me. First, let me tell you about the reason why I am locked up in this place. My father is the king of this kingdom, but
they tried to find the reason, but the old king and queen did not know why they couldn't have any children. This misfortune always made the king and queen have feelings of self-pity. They pray every day, longing to have a baby to fulfill their desire to be parents. After a long time witnessing the sincerity in each prayer, one day the goddess of fate appeared in the king's dream to announce,
"Knowing your heart and what you two have contributed, I will break the rules and give you two a gift."
Not long later, the queen suddenly got pregnant, but from that day, the king gradually neglected to pray, and this really disappointed the goddess of fate. Just a few months later, the queen went into labor earlier than expected. The royal physicians could only save the life of the little princess. About the queen, she no longer had the strength to hold on to life on earth. And the king, once again, dreamed of the goddess of fate.
"You got a gift, then you dared lose your faith and neglected my image? Is that your gratitude to your goddess? Even though the queen had to pay with her life, it was still not enough. Remember this, one day not too far away, a dog, a snake, and a crocodile will take the princess's life."
After the dream, the king rushed to build a tall tower for his newborn daughter in the middle of a forest which was completely separated from society. "18 years have passed. The lovely princess became a beautiful young lady. She became more and more beautiful, but always carried a lonely, melancholy image on her face.
She feels more and more lonely in this place. Maybe I should find someone reliable and strong enough to protect her in the future. As long as a brave man who is able to overcome difficulties to climb this tower and ensure her safety in the future, he will be eligible to be a consort. It must be like that."
Many nobles came here to propose. But none of them were able to reach and free the princess. One day, a handsome prince arrived in this country.
So this is the tower where the princess is kept. As a prince, how can I ignore this terrible thing? Let's go, boy.
However, the prince, after learning that this place strictly forbids the existence of dogs, had to hide his close friend. The prince then surpassed other opponents with his ability, quickly overcoming the challenge of facing a handsome, talented person who is not afraid of difficulties. The princess was quickly attracted. That's how the princess met the destiny man of her life. Witnessing the prince's ability and strength, the king felt very satisfied. He decided to hold a solemn wedding ceremony right at the palace. Right on the wedding night, when our princess returned to her room as she was too tired, a strange snake suddenly appeared at her window with bloodlust eyes.
"I am your destiny. We finally meet."
Right at that moment, when the princess's life was hanging by 1,000 pounds, a black shadow swiftly passed. It was the companion of the prince. The hunting dog promptly saved the life of our princess just in time. At that moment, the king and prince together stepped in the room due to the princess's screams.
Stand still!
Huh?
Are you okay? Did he hurt you? Honestly, this dog is my best friend. He has been with me, surpassing many difficulties. I intentionally left him outside the castle, but perhaps he smelled the danger and rushed here. I'm sorry.
Huh? No, a sorry is not enough. Its appearance threatens my daughter's life. Soldiers, bring these two creatures out and give them instant kill.
The prince was unable to let his close friend be killed. He frantically begged.
Your Majesty, please spare him a life.
The princess now regained her composure. She looked at the prince and turned to the king.
Father, this dog saved my life anyway. You have also seen it. Can't you spare his life? Instead of taking him to execution, we can let my husband take him home. We won't have to worry anymore.
All right. Consider it as atonement. Just do as you say. The sooner the better.
Yes. Thank you so much. I will never forget this. We will prepare to depart early tomorrow morning.
Early the next morning, on the way back to their hometown with the prince, the hunting dog suddenly turned weirdly. It seemed that we can see the evil snake image reappear on the dog somehow.
Hey boy, what's happening?
But then the dog suddenly spoke in a human language.
I am the fate of the princess. There is a certain power from the snake that wants to possess my body. It wants me to become more bloodthirsty than ever.
The dog's eyes turned bloodlust, just like the snake's eyes the night before.
My prince, you need to return to save the princess immediately, before it's too late. A monster has arrived.
The young man heard that. He trusted his friend, then immediately turned away and rushed back to the castle. The prince returned to the castle and found the princess sitting next to a large lake playing with the fishes. This lake has always been used for ornamental fish only. No other animals were allowed to live here. However, a huge alligator emerged from the water in front of the princess with bloodlust eyes. Before the appearance of the monster, the prince still bravely led his soldiers and rushed to fight to protect his wife. However, the strength of the alligator was too far exceeding that of humans. One by one, each soldier was blown away. When the monster approached our princess with a fierce look, it made her too scared to even think about running away.
I am your destiny. Let's finish everything.
Thinking nothing of it, she decided to give up everything, accepting her fate. Everyone unconsciously closed their eyes. They didn't want to see the bloodshed that was about to happen.
No! No!
Suddenly, a black shadow swiftly led to the sound of the crocodile struggling with the dog's growl, which made everyone curious to open their eyes. As it turned out, the dog that the king ordered to be expelled had returned to save the princess again. After the battle ended, the dog heroically defeated the fierce crocodile to save the princess's life, but then he can no longer move anymore. The princess could only watch her man screaming in pain. Suddenly, a woman appeared in mid-air. She was the goddess of fate.
Princess, her doomed fate has incredibly disappeared. Miraculously, the one who changed your fate was you. This hunting dog, as well as the other two beasts, were given power and ordered to destroy your life. However, because the dog was moved as you begged to save his life, he tried to resist the order of the god and sacrificed his own life to save you one more time. This has absolutely never happened in history, but nothing is impossible. I will give you a small gift as a reward.
The reward of the goddess was to bring the brave dog back to life. Of course, no more red eyes or fate came to disturb our princess ever again.